Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. SMP opened up a user room, shall we say, for those who are afflicted with the need to put things into their body. You know, products. Too early in the video to say, because they don't like certain words on YouTube too early in videos. But this consumption room was opened, very controversial, against the wishes of everyone who lived in the area. They feared that it would turn that part of Glasgow into basically a no-go zone. And here we are, sort of a few months later, and that's exactly what's happened. That part of Glasgow is now a no-go zone. There are needles, there are paraphernalia, all the sorts of things, and of course the addicts themselves wandering around in their zombie state. And so this consumption room, the first in the UK, doesn't make the consumption of these products legal, of course. It's just by agreement the police aren't going to police it. So basically, you're creating an area, a region, a zone, if you will, where criminality is allowed by the state. Very, very good. It's an expensive thing, costs money, and it's on Hunter Street in the Carlton area of the city. And the locals are not happy. They're very, very fed up. There's rubbish strewn everywhere, and it's generally bringing down what was already a bit of a rough area. But I apologise to the people in the area, of course, but it was already a bit rough. But now it's got even worse, thanks to what the SNP are doing. And of course, while they're doing it there, they're going to plan on doing it in Edinburgh, Aberdeen, Inverness, all over, coming to a street near you, a little step backwards, I think, in the advancement of society. Now, the Glasgow City Council, headed, of course, by that awful Susan Creature, has said it's been a great success. How would she know? She's never been there. She said it's reduced. They're claiming it's reduced the problem. It actually hasn't. Things are getting worse. Just now that they've got somewhere to go, but it isn't reducing the problem. But they're lying. Of course, they're lying, because they've got to justify the £2.5 million a year cost to keep this thing that's been, the money that's been ploughed into this thing to keep it going, hiring appropriate staff, etc. Nobody is really doing the job properly, and it is an absolute disgrace and eyesore. And the sooner it stops, the better, at least according to the locals. And after all, they've got to live with it. Their voice should be heard. Let me know what you think. Thanks very much. Goodbye.